back to TurnipBomb. Play more Castlevania. I'm still here. I'm sorry.
You suck.
It's hard. Oh, come on. What the fuck even?
Should never apologize for it being hard.
This is fucking draining my soul. Oh my fucking god! Sometimes he does the jump, sometimes he doesn't do the jump.
You're so amped up, man.
This is just so brutal.
You gotta go to jump school. Sure.
Die.
They teach that at Shonen.
There, die. Fuck you. There, fucking die.
The jump school mix. There's the show I watched, The Challenge on MTV. There's in one of the finals, like the one stage or an elimination at the very end. They had to do like five puzzles in a row, and the guy that won in the puzzles, who's notoriously bad at them, he was just dominating them for some reason. And the other guy that was losing, his like commentary, like his recording that they do after the fact, he's like, I don't understand what was happening. Like, did we get off the plane and we all went to bed and he was going to night puzzle school or something? Like, I don't understand how he started doing these puzzles, because he's an idiot.
Of course he is. He's on a reality show.
He makes a lot more money than you and me.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he made $300,000 last year. Because it's a
prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But he always wins. He's like the champ. He's won like 6 of them.
Jesus.
So he has like just under $1 million of prize money.
Does he get it all though?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they get taxed.
Yeah, on that. But he's still counts as earnings.
Actually, it probably wouldn't, because it's a contest. So it's like you wouldn't have to, I don't think, declare that.
Yeah, that he's complained about that before, that you get taxed.
I guess I take that. Die.
But he's a big super douche, but he's a great athlete.
Why doesn't he play like a sport or anything?
I don't know. He's just good at weird shit. Like the activities that they asked him to do, like hang.
I always wonder that about like people who
like,
win like Wipeout or something. It's like, well, like so.
Hang like 300 feet in the air and do this, or drop and do this, and like so he has like weird.
I think I'd be great at game shows.
Plus,
especially shit like that.
That style of game show, because he's won so many, he always talks about Johnny Bananas. I'm talking about, but
Johnny Bananas.
Yeah, that's his name.
Holy fuck!
But most people, like on his jerseys now, because he's been on so many, they just say bananas. They just call him Bananas.
Let me guess, because he's crazy.
But well, that was his. Because to get on the challenge, you initially are on Real World usually. Nowadays, they just come on, but. From other stupid shows. But anyway, so on his original show, he's like, oh, I'm crazy, I'm Johnny Bananas. But because he's won so many, he says it's more of a mental game than a physical game. Like, nowadays, the final is really physical. You run up a mountain and do a bunch of crazy tasks and carry heavy shit the whole way up the mountain. And the one thing they did, Navy SEALs set it up for them, but the Navy SEALs couldn't even finish it, but they expected them to.
Yep.
And they did, but they had like broken ribs, some of them, from finishing it, and passed out from exhaustion. But he said it's way more of a mental game to stay in the house, because they take everything away from you and just give you alcohol.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got through that without getting hit.
Force you to interrupt. Yeah, I'm distracting. they force you to interact with people, and it's for their show. And so a lot of times when they're being mean to people, it's just out of sheer boredom. They're like, well, I'm fucking bored. I can't talk to my friends, my family, anything. So, I don't know, let's fuck with this person.
Well, and also the producers are like, hey, go fuck with that person.
Oh, yeah, but... And, like, a lot of the things they say in their interviews is just out of sheer boredom. They're just spewing, like, verbal vomit.
And also the things that they're saying are usually edited in like crazy. Like, they don't actually say a lot of the stuff they say. Like, a great example of that would be that shitty PlayStation show, The Tester, which Aaron from Game Grumps was on. And he got kicked off really early because he was like a fucking real ass person and like trying to just be a real person and not like start shit. But then they wanted him to, like, you know, start shit, right? And they want to make it seem like he hates people and like other people, right? It's like you want to they want to like mess with people and make it seem like they're all like conniving and all that kind of nonsense for views, to be like, oh my god, I can't believe so-and-so said that about whatever, you know. But it's like when you get someone who's like an actual person on there, it doesn't really work out for their like show. So that's why they come up with scenarios that like make them say things that it looks like they're saying stuff about other people and they're not. It's really ridiculous. It's like there's the least amount of reality in reality shows compared to like fiction.
Oh, like the last show.
It doesn't make it bad. It's just like it bothers me when people think it's real.
The last challenge, it was the physical stuff that they do on the challenge is real. That's why I like it. I don't really care about the drama stuff that I know is fake, but
yeah, it's hard to like unless they change, if they shoot two endings, like if they fictionalize the entire thing, which they do on some game show ones.
But this one, like the most recent one, okay, the ending. So they were a team. It was called Rivals 3, and they were like opposite sex teams, like, and so the guy and the girl that won, Johnny and his partner, she had screwed him over in the past for a lot of money, and so that's why they were rivals. And so when they got to the final mission, or like to go up the mountain or whatever, they threw in a final twist that said, you guys will be playing against the other teams, but also against each other the whole way up the mountain. So whoever in your team has the most points at the end can take all the money for themselves or split it.
Right.
They get to decide. And I think if Banana's team wasn't at that final, they wouldn't have even come up with that because it was just on the go. But anyways, at the top, everyone was like, the guys all won the most points because they just did, and all of them decided to split it. The second place and third place decided to split it without even thinking about it, but because they couldn't have got to the top without their partner. But Bananas is like, no, I'm gonna keep that $370-something thousand all for myself instead of splitting it. And and he talks about it all the time. He says because he blew up on Twitter for like months after that because everyone hated him and he loved it. But
I jumped.
He said that the producers said to him, they said, we always knew that you were capable of that, but even we didn't expect that you would take the money. We were completely unprepared for you to say that. And so they're like shocked and like,
why?
Because they just didn't think he would. They didn't think he was that greedy.
I feel like, I don't know, I guess it depends on what your relationship is with the other person, but like, I feel like I'd 1000% take it. It's a fucking game show. But if it's your actual friend, then it's like that.
Yeah, that's different. How he is like. He's like, because like some of those guys he's made like lifelong friendships with, they weren't on his team. He said if I was on my teammate was this guy, who I'm actually friends with, I would have never in a million years screwed him over.
Right.
But he said, this bitch has screwed me over in the past, and also the whole way up the mountain, she kept asking him, and it's all on video. It's like, she's like, what are we gonna do with the money? What are we gonna do with the money? What are you gonna do? And so he said, whenever I've been in a relationship and I've been kind of screwing around on the girl, that's always when you're questioning the most because you're insecure yourself. And so when she kept asking me that shit, I was like, fuck, this bitch is gonna screw me over. And so then he's like, I gotta do everything I can do to make it so that I have the power to screw her over, not the other way around. But anyways, how are we doing on this game?
Not great. I got up there at one point without dying at all, like without getting hit, and then that never happened again.
Well, we'll try and beat the whole game next time.
Yeah, next time we'll play some more Castlevania, and hopefully I get better at this.